Hi, welcome in. My name is Vanessa Michelon. I'm guiding you through an evening flow that will help you relax more easily into your night and release the tension and really calm your mind and your breath. We will go through some stretches and we will also use our breath to restore a sense of ease into our whole body. So we make a start laying onto our back. You don't need any specific props. You can even take this practice directly on your bed if you like. We come into what is called constructive rest. So you're taking your feet wider than your hips and you're knocking your knees inwards. Your head is resting on the floor and you can take one hand on your belly and one on your chest. So this position is incredibly useful to restore the neutral posture of the spine. It really is very useful if you suffer from back pain to take away some of the pressure coming from bad posture. So let your shoulders soften and maintain your chin pointing up towards the ceiling, and your eyes can be closed or soft. So as you come into your body, allow your legs to completely switch off, so your knees are supporting each other. And perhaps feel the floating and softening of your belly against your hands. So a slow and deep breath, traveling all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, can really support your transition to a restorative sleep. So we simply begin by taking all the time we need to fill our lungs and all the time we need to exhale and empty our lungs. We breathe in through the nose, expanding the whole rib cage, allowing the belly to also move gently towards your hand. And as you exhale, you can witness your rib cage softening and the back of your spine melting towards the floor. Let's take 2 more mindful breaths like this. Letting go of any tension in your jaw, in your throat, in your shoulders. Lovely. When you feel ready to move again, you can open your arms sideways, palms facing downwards, and let your knees drop all the way to one side, maintaining the opposite shoulder on the floor. And then swap to the other side. So we introduce a bit of rotation into your spine. It's up to you how big you want to make this movement, how small. If you want to intensify the twist, really press the knee, which is into the middle of the mat, a little bit lower. And last time, come all the way back into center. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. And now begin rolling slightly to one side and the other. So start massaging your lower back. This can also be really soothing if your back feels a bit tired today. Then come all the way back into center, one hand on each shin. We circle the knees into the chest, we open them sideways and we move them forward. Now your feet are really floppy and you're manipulating your thighs and your shins through the strength of your arms. And if you like to, you can apply a bit more pressure, so separate your knees more to open your groin and then move forward. And let's reverse the movement. So take your knees forward, wide apart and into your chest. And if you feel your spine is rolling forward and back, that's a great sign. It means that you're really relaxed. So take this for one more time. From here, we maintain the left knee into the chest and lengthen the right leg as much as possible. Imagine you're standing onto the leg. Draw your thigh in and start twisting up and over to your right side. So we use the right hand to draw the left knee across, and you want to resist with your left arm. So stretch your left arm as wide as you can. Your right hand can find a different placement if you like. Take again a slow breath through your nose, and as you exhale, can you soften your left shoulder a bit deeper and perhaps turn your head away from your knee. Notice how your breath is affected by this position. Can you still breathe into your belly? Good, nice and easy. Let's come back into center. Now flex your left foot and bring it right on top of your right thigh. So we come into a gentle lifting of the hips. Your left knee will push forward and down, and your hips will be even. So press your palms to the floor, take a slow breath in. Exhale, roll the spine up, one vertebra at a time. So starting from the bottom of the spine, your middle back, your upper back. Lift as high as it feels good, and then slowly melt your spine back and down. And we do this again, trying to peel the spine like a necklace from the floor, maintaining the shoulders heavy and the neck long. And each time you can lift your hips higher, pushing the left knee forward, you might feel some opening into the front of the left hip. And let's go one last time. Press, lift, keeping the neck nice and soft. And down. Now we maintain the same shape, but with thready arms through the right thigh and grab hold of the back of your right thigh. So we breathe in, and as we exhale, we draw the thigh towards the chest more. And you might start feeling some opening into the side of the left hip. Now try and maintain your tailbone heavy to the floor. So try not to lift it up, or try not to lift your head and your shoulders. Keep the whole back body resting on the floor. And every time you exhale, maybe you're moving your thigh closer to your stomach. If you want to stretch your hamstrings more, we take a couple of extensions of the right leg. So you can breathe in, and as you exhale, flex your right foot and lengthen up to your on the degree. And again, breathing in, soften. And as you exhale, lift higher. So this is a practice to unwind. You don't want to force it too much, just make it really soft and pleasant for your muscles. Let's go one last time, flex and lift. And then down. And from here, allow your legs to return back into parallel. And we swap, moving to the second side. So maintain your left leg straight in front of you and draw your right knee closer to your chest. Let's go for the twist. Right knee moves up and over to the left, and then your right arm opens in any direction that feels good to you. See if you can keep on drawing the weight of your right knee down. Keep on lengthening your left leg and start freeing your lower back. Notice if each time you exhale, the right shoulder becomes a bit heavier in a nice way. So you're making more space into the side of the waistline. And then gently resume your central position. Flex your right foot and find your ankle over to your left thigh. Press your palms down, we lift again our hips. So breathe in. Exhale, begin tucking your tailbone and peel the lower back, your middle back, your upper back to the highest point you want to reach, and then slowly lower down from the top of the spine. So really mobilizing one vertebra at a time. And again, twice more, roll up. Dial the right knee forward, right hip in line with the left, and then slowly bring it down. And one last time, press, lift. And bring it down. So now you're keeping the same shape of your legs, but draw your left thigh in and thread your arms into the gap. Interlock your fingers or just keep your hands on your thigh and drop the left foot down into a figure of four. So we breathe in. As we exhale, left thigh comes closer to the chest, but the hips don't lift. They will still want to be grounded. Shoulders plugging down the back, progressively increasing that stretch into the right side of your glutes. And if you'd like to extend your left leg, we can do this a couple of times. So you can breathe in and exhale, flex your foot, lift your left heel up to your on degree, and again, soften it down. It shouldn't feel painful. You only want to come perhaps to a 60-80% of intensity so that we don't disrupt the relaxation response. We don't want to activate too much our body. And take this for one more time, lengthening it forward, bringing it back. And then again, draw both knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug. Start rolling over to one side and make your way into seated. So we come into butterfly. You will have the soles of your feet together and your knees open apart. It's up to you how much space you want to keep between your heels and your hips, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Then catch your ankles and start moving your chest forward, stick your tailbone back, and perhaps open it a bit more across the collarbones. And as you exhale, do the opposite. Curl your back like a C shape and release your head towards the floor. Inhale, move the chest forward, lengthening through your abdominals. And as you exhale, press your back backwards to open all your back body. Twice more, breathing in, press forward. Exhale, reach back. And the very last one, really rolling over to your sit bones and tucking under. Now press your chest forward, lengthen through your spine, and as your next exhale, try and move past your toes. So maintain the spine as long as possible and start folding over to your toes. You're gonna pause at any point. If you like, you can press your elbows against your knees and create a bit more stretch into your hips. So we're gonna pause here for about 1 minute, and you're more than welcome to release your head down or to change the placement of your hands. Maybe you wanna flip them up, maybe you wanna take your hands on top of your toes. So give your body the time to really settle and surrender to gravity. Your knees hanging freely to the side. But if that's too intense, you can always stay a bit higher up and perhaps just let the weight of your head drop. And notice if your belly can be soft. Notice if your jaw can be relaxed, your facial muscles fully relaxed. And take 2 more slow breaths, letting your hips open. And then slowly return back. This time we will keep the right knee forward and move the left knee back. So we change the position slightly. And you will have an option. So if your hips feel quite tight today, maybe that's the best option. If your knees feel super healthy, you could also attempt to extend the left leg back, moving into pigeon pose. Whatever you do, in this variation, we're gonna catch the toes of the right foot and gently move the chest into that direction. So your right knee is bent in forward and you choose how close, how open the foot is compared to the hips, and your back knee is bent or straight. And you're moving your chest to that direction. This might give you lots of information around the hips. You might feel it in your glutes, in the front of the hip, in your groin. No right or wrong, it's just a very complex position. So let's pause here, about 3 breaths, 5. And if you feel comfortable, you can really lengthen through the back leg and spiral your left hip down. So this might intensify. You can also draw the weight of the body a bit more to center. See if you can soften your belly, soften your shoulders. Lovely. When you're ready, you can slowly roll all the way back and up. Bring your legs in front of you and then change side. So bending your left knee in front of you, right knee can be bent or extended. Spiral your chest towards the left foot and see if you can catch your toes. And then continue going into that direction. If you feel really comfortable, you can absolutely lengthen back behind you. It is absolutely normal if this hip doesn't touch the floor. So just keep it as it is. And then progressively, if you like, you can start rotating your right thigh down a bit more. But don't worry about that. Again, keep it nice and gentle. So notice where you feel this stretch. It can be anywhere. So notice the strongest sensations, but also the more subtle sensations in your body. And let's take 2 more slow breaths, allowing both legs to relax. And when you're ready to Again, press the floor away. Lengthen your legs in front of you and find your way to come all the way down on your back as you started. So feet wide, knees are dropping, hands on your chest and on your belly. Feel your whole back body melting in a nice way, fully supported by the ground. And come back to your breath. Take in long, long inhalation to completely inflate your lungs, let your belly rise. And a long exhalation to fully empty your lungs. If you like to, you can count 5 or 6 seconds to breathe in, and 5 or 6 seconds to breathe out. So I encourage you to stay here as long as possible. Maybe you can even fall asleep. Really unwind and ease yourself for the rest of your evening. And in the meantime, I'm gonna say goodbye. So thank you so much for joining me. Rest as long as you want to. Hope you're feeling much more calm and grounded after this practice. Thank you.